How strong is Kite? Yes, we are talking about Kite today, a very controversial character, and I'll say it right now, yo, we're not talking about the kite that you fly when you're having a picnic. We're talking about Kite, the badass hunter, the long white hair, and honestly, I think he's one of my favorite characters in this story, yo. He was so intriguing, he was very badass, but also very intelligent. He was the character in which I feel like he had a lot of potential to become one of the strongest hunters, one of the greatest hunters, and it was all cut short. Or do we believe it was cut short? A lot of people differ on that situation. Now, one of the biggest things we learned about Kite in the beginning of when he was first introduced was he was a student to Ging Freecss. Now, a lot of people get angry how I say Ging Freecss' name. They say it's not with a J, it's not Ging Freecss, it's Ging Freecss. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, yo, I just say Ging Freecss. I can't stop myself, I'm sorry, yo. But yeah, he's a top 5 Nen user. And if you're a student to someone who's a top 5 Nen user, you definitely have to see how powerful of a character he is. This already showcases that Kite, you have to give him some respect to. His trainer was very amazing. Now, I'm not saying just because Ging was his trainer that Kite is one of the strongest characters in Hunter x Hunter. Definitely not. No, I'm not saying that. But I definitely feel like this is something you have to think about. Now, what is Kite's weapon? Crazy slots. Yes, it's a crazy, I don't know why I said crazy, but yeah, crazy slots. Maybe because the weapon is called crazy slots. Numbers 1 to 9. He can't choose what number it actually is, but that makes it actually stronger. It makes the weapon stronger. So that was very cool condition that Kite brought out to his Nen when it comes to this weapon. We all know that Kite is a conjurer, and I want to say this right now. So far, we know the number 2, the scythe, and we saw him destroy mad Chimera with this scythe. So it was a very badass scene, a very cool scene. Number 4 is a carbine. It's like a long barrel and handgun silencer. Very cool. He used it in a fight against actually major Chimera. And number 3 is a mace, and we don't know what the mace does, but we definitely know that it was very valuable when it comes to fighting Pitou. Now, the first battle I want to discuss when talking about Kite is Kite versus Yunji or Yunji. I'm not too sure how you pronounce the U, but yeah, this character, he was talking so much crap, and he thought he was very powerful, but Kite pretty much one-shotted his head, put a hole, and the funny thing was Kite was actually fighting him without the weapon, crazy slots, but then finally said, let's end this right now, use crazy slots, hit him with the carbine in one shot, and he was done. And the reason why this is so impressive because Yunji was not very trash, he was not very a fodder, to be honest. It's just like Kite was so above him that it showed the difference in strength. You gotta give respect Kite for this battle. But let's not talk about that fight. Let's talk about the main fight, which we see Kite. We didn't actually see the battle with this fight, but it's the battle where we can actually see the most of where Kite is when it comes to his strength. It was Pitou, and it was kind of unfair to Kite because he got his arm taken off by Pitou as soon as this battle started, so he was already at a disadvantage. Killua stated that if Gon and Killua weren't there, that Kite might actually beat Pitou, though I disagree with Killua. And I'll say this right now. Yes, he did lose to Pitou. We saw how badly his body was. But in my opinion, he lost to Pitou, a very powerful royal guard, and he actually scratched her. Now, we know Pitou was a newborn, but he scratched her up. That's very impressive for Kite, and I definitely feel like if he had both arms, he probably could have done more damage. But the fact that he scratched Pitou up, I don't think he could beat Pitou with both arms, but the fact that he scratched Pitou up, I give major respect to Kite, and it shows you where I think his power is. Now, before I tell you how strong I think Kite was, let me just say this right now. His N was 45 meters while moving, and we know that masters are 50 and up. And Killua kind of stated like if Kite wasn't moving, he was kind of alluding that if Kite wasn't moving, his N would have been higher. So I feel like Kite, it just shows you how he's a master when it comes to his Nen ability, his N. Now some people say, yo, N is not that big of a deal. We saw Nobunaga, one of the strongest Phantom Troop, and his N is like 3 meters, 5 meters. I'm not too sure the number exactly. So yes, I'm not saying N is the end all be all, but I feel like it's a very impressive feat to have your N like that. We've seen monsters like Xena with 300 meters and freaking Pitou with, I don't even know how much, 2 kilometers, I'm not too sure how much it was, but I definitely feel like that's a very important thing I want to talk about. And also, now we know Kite is rebirthed as a Chimera, the twin sibling to Meridian, and I definitely feel like there's some future relevance into this, and I can't wait to see, because the Chimera's ants grow very, very faster than humans, so I can't wait to see if Kite, when it grows up, I'm gonna say it, the red hair, if he actually changed, because right now, I'm not gonna lie, Kid Kite talks like a girl of some sort, but if he actually looks kind of like Kite. That'll be kind of cool. Now you're probably thinking, why am I delaying this video? How strong do I think Kite is? I'm gonna be honest here. If Kite was in the Phantom Troop, I would say he's in the top tier when it comes to the Phantom Troop, and I definitely feel like he could be deserving of the Zodiacs. Another character which I feel like could be deserving of the Zodiacs is Morel. A lot of people underestimate him, but like I'm telling you right now, yo, he was very impressive. You actually rewatch a lot of his fights and reread them, he definitely deserves to be in the Zodiac, and I feel like Kite is also deserving of this respect, though I do think that there's crazy members in Zodiacs that might be above him that we haven't seen anything from. Kite is definitely someone I feel like we could see. I feel like the other numbers, we've seen 1, we've seen 2, we've seen 3, and we've seen 4. The other numbers on crazy slots, when will we see them? If we will ever see them. That'll be kind of cool. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about Kite? How strong do you think he is? I love reading you guys' comments. And I'll tell you right now, yo, the support I'm getting on NenMac is amazing. Like and share if you enjoyed. Like and share only if you enjoyed. And subscribe for more Hunter x Hunter content. I'm NenMac and I'm gone.